As the events of time move forward and the ever-encroaching endgame, where you finally meet, well, the very big bad. Although this one wasn't exactly a small person to contend with, many of you have lost a good chunk of life. After defeating Ophelia and, well, taking care of her men and the undead in the area, one sole survivor remains in this secluded forest land outside of a city that is under control of, well, who knows who they are. But with a vampire lord in your wake, all you heard, and I believe this was his last words, were, pardon me, do you know where I am? Last thing I remember was walking with my wife, and, well, now I'm here.
Yes, you are on the material plane. Sorry about that. You were forcibly summoned by this individual that we just killed off. We're more than happy to help you get back.
Oh, I see. Well, splendid. He looks down and does look at the goo. Oh, it seems you have some spiritual residue leaking out. If you'd like, I can take care of this, but we do need to remove the etching stones from the ground.
Yeah, just tell us what we need to do to help you out. We'd be more than grateful to get rid of this scenario.
Right. He goes on to explain that the green tiled areas, which are basically where they were standing in like these little cone-like pyramids, do need to be removed. Not removed curse. Well, yeah, I guess you could use remove curse. It's either remove curse or dispel.
Sorry, I littered your map.
I wasn't sure what that was, so I left it.
It was me testing out a spell that I could do in the future.
Okay.
Trying to think of how many spells that I have left. I have one spell slot left. I can do remove curse on one item. Then we also have Grok. We have the Howling Redemption.
Yeah.
That can do twice.
He does jump over the area, and he does state, they do need to be removed, but not necessarily immediately, so long as no one's forcibly, I'm assuming, expelling things from the connected area. It seems that someone, gets a little closer to this one, has activated a almost near continuous planar travel spell. So a little dangerous, but stable for now.
Where does it go to?
I assume my plane of existence.
So it's connected to the. So it's connected to the Shadowfell.
That is where I live. Yes.
All right. Well, good to know.
We can close down 3 of them right now. Oh wait, no. Ada would probably be able to at least take down one of them. So it's just this one, and then the 3 sconces like this.
In the middle.
Right?
Yeah. The small ones don't necessarily need to be taken out. They're just there.
Okay. No, we should be able to take out all 3 of the big ones. So I'm gonna use my
guy? What's this one in the middle?
Oh, that one's likely the focus stone. For focus, of course.
I'm gonna look at it.
Just don't touch it with your hands.
Okay.
Can you touch it with your hands?
I look at it with my eyes, trying to see what it does.
All right. Written on it is in a primordial language. Do you speak primordial or know it?
That is not my expertise.
Then you can just roll Arcana.
Oh, okay. Arcana, normal. Boo. Yeah, that wasn't Arcana. I didn't press it. Oh, there we go.
It's definitely magical, but it's written in a way that continuously not develops the spell, but continuously keeps the spell stable and continuously going. You're not sure how it works, but from what you can tell, the language itself is helping it transmute from one point to the other, aka the points that this vampire lord mentioned beforehand. If you break this, it can definitely like stop the spell, but it would like cause a massive wave of energy to potentially draw something in or out. You're just not sure.
Okay. looks cool. Yeah, I'm gonna walk around this.
Right.
I think we can potentially use that crystal. I could potentially use that.
Don't touch it.
I'm I'm not gonna touch it.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast remove curse on it.
I don't know if that is that the first one we want to cast the spell on.
The vampire lord does state, I'm just gonna give you a name. I didn't have a name for him because I rolled randomly for it.
Yeah.
You know.
Is his name Darko?
No, we'll say
Like
that.
Donnie Darko?
Sure, his name's Darko. Darko just looks towards you. Honestly, I don't really know. It always depends on how the caster used it. So if you know them quite well.
I don't know if we know them that well. They might be. I mean, is it familiarity or is it like friendship?
Probably how they think. So friendship?
Yeah, evil, conniving, wanting to enslave the world, probably having a egotistical mindset, definitely wanting to think that they're better than everybody, doesn't really care about human life, wants to make themselves live forever.
Then there's probably a trap somewhere along here. Would be careful of it.
Okay.
Although she was also very sure of herself.
Then they likely have a trap somewhere. Maybe not here, but definitely somewhere. So watch out for any traps. But here, the best way you can disengage them will likely to have someone to high cast, remove curse, or dispel.
Well,
Ada does have dispel, and continually upcast it. Not to the degree needed. Someone else needs to help out with a few other things, but she can definitely take out two.
So currently, are we in the chance of something else coming through if we leave it currently with the way it is?
The connection is not complete, but it is almost close. That is what the Lord Darko said.
Correct.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go loot all these people because I want to see what they have. And last time I looked at this lady over here, Miss
If they have any
headless lady.
If they have any spell books, I would like those. To my repertoire of spells that I can use in my crafting.
It's possible. But Dust, do you just focus on the middle one, or do you have Ada take out two of them?
I think we would take out the two on the sides first.
Okay.
Just to reduce the amount of power that would be potentially feeding the center one.
Ada begins to cast the spell, upcast it, and take out the first two on both sides, and thankfully enough, those aren't trapped.
And then I think we would have Grok use his blade on these two smaller ones here. Just more of, because they're there for a reason. Probably more of just to amplify everything.
It does take him a while for the second one, but he is able to just break them.
Okay.
Mm.
It took him 3
Well,
swings.
Well, he also had remove curse, two charges.
Oh
of
yeah, I
remove.
forgot about that. But then he's just breaking them for no reason.
Yeah.
And now he uses remove curse. That makes sense.
Okay.
So, while he's doing that, I'm gonna possibly look at the Crimson Mare see if she might have anything on her, and then the goons that were up here,
Yeah.
and then work my
when-
way till Ophelia.
When Nikolai goes over to the Crimson Mare, I will. Nikolai, if you could please leave her. I want to give her at least a proper burial. She was the individual that we were trying to help.
Why don't
But
you just bring her? Why don't you just bring her back?
I will be bringing her back.
What? Wait. I was kind of joking, but what now?
Not. I will not be bringing her back from the dead.
Oh, okay. I was okay. I was like, that's what I. Yeah.
Bring her into the city to be properly buried.
Oh. Is she okay? Well, that's good. Okay.
Nikolai looking over, you can tell that she does have nice plate armor, a good wardrobe to be fashionable. She does carry standard weapons, which just means she's just crazy strong.
Yeah, I don't want to take anything off her person if she has. I mean, she was undead, but I don't know if her items got moved or not. So I'll just leave her.
Now,
Because I mean, yeah,
the
they're
strongest
respectful.
thing she has is a +2 broadsword. It's just her strength. Her strength is really what hurts you guys.
Ah,
Yeah.
She doesn't carry anything magnificently powerful. She's a soldier through and through. But looking at the 4 robed men that are lined up. Oh, no, that guy is not lined up. I'm just going to have you drag him all over there.
oh, okay. Do I need to roll investigation?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. You can tell that there are 4 gem focuses that each of them carry. The focuses are a value of 150 gold per.
Okay.
One of them does carry a necklace of protection, which gives +1 to your AC, a 2-min item. One of them does carry a spell book that has level 3 spells and below, up to 5 of them.
Okay. Hold on. What was I? You said the middle. Well, okay. Spell book.
Yeah. I'll start over. There are 4 gem focuses at a value of 150. There is 1 shield, not gem. There's basically a +1 attunement item that gives you +1 to your AC.
Oh, is it like the Uon gem that's
Amulet protection.
Head?
It's in my notes.
That-
It's called Amulet
okay.
protection. There is a spell book with spells level 3 or below, up to 5 of them.
Okay.
Next body, that's the first 2 bodies. The third body does possess 280 silver and 342 gold.
Okay.
The last body does contain a wand, but the wand itself is different than what you would expect. It's not made out of metal or wood. It looks more like a porcelain kind of wand, which is interesting, but it also doesn't really tell you much on what it is. You can definitely detect magic or maybe roll Arcana if you want, or just try to use it and see what happens.
Okay. I might look at that one. I'll I'll probably wait until after. Can I do that before Dust does his thing, or I guess I can spend the time. I don't have detect or identify or detect magic or anything. So
I'll leave it up to you.
okay, I'll roll for it and look at the
Okay.
Arcana. Natural 20.
This substance is definitely white. It definitely feels like an ivory kind of thing.
Oh my gosh.
Based off of this, it definitely is a unique item. It's also very weird. This item is a is a messed up spell, but not in a way that it'll explode. Of stone skin that will reduce slashing and piercing damage by half. You can cast this once each day. Addendum. Cursed item. Cannot move. Remove curse will get rid of curse.
Interesting.
You roll a
Basically, so
natural 20,
you're
I'll give
like,
it to you.
yeah, it's you have a once a day cast of stone skin, but you
Of
don't
a modified
you don't
stone skin.
modified.
Yeah.
It essentially, instead of giving like a stone skin where you'd be able to move around with it, your typical stone skin, it traps them. They cannot move.
Yeah. Wait, that's not. No, normally you can.
Normally you can move with stone skin.
Yeah.
This one you cannot.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the benefit? What's the? Is that just the downside? Like it's the same as stone skin. It's just you can't move.
No, the benefit of this one is half damage on slashing and piercing.
Oh.
So it's very good. It's just you can't move. But remove curse will remove that cursed portion. And,
On the one itself?
On the one itself, yeah.
Okay.
It's there for you to have.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Plus, you guys do have remove curse, so it's not even an issue. That being said, though, I'm going to save Ophelia for later. But, Dust, what do you do with the middle gem?
I'm first going to do an inspection of it to see if I can determine on if and what the trap is.
For sure, go ahead and roll. Probably sleight of hand to see if there's a trap. Darko was just worried that there would be a trap based off of the description you told him. Not necessarily that there is a trap.
I was hoping either investigation or arcana, but okay. 19.
There's also whisper. You could have asked her too, but 19 is very good. You don't detect a trap, but there is a fluctuation to it that if you do things poorly, it would potentially blow up and cast various things from the connecting dimension to here, or in the opposite direction, and would force things from this side to that side, and then immediately close soon after.
Okay.
From what you can tell, a dispel spell would work, but it would have to be upcast to 4th level. Anything below could potentially trigger something.
Okay. Well, when I cast my spell, it's going to be 5th level regardless. So.
Fair enough.
So I was like, okay. Let's get this over with. And kind of using I'm going to roll.
Nikolai's, as he's about to do that, Nikolai's going to go wander over here, and then he's going to use the Cube of Force just in case.
Gonna prep it.
Yeah, I'll ready myself with the Cube of Force, and then have it like my hand on the button, just in case you blow yourself up.
Okay, I'm going to cast Remove Curse.
Okay.
It's at 5th level. And I'm going to say that because of the nature of like the divine transfer elements and the Genie Lord's favor, I'm going to use that to kind of work around that trigger as well.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you've definitely upcast it, so there goes my potential plan of backfiring. And there's also upcasting even higher than normal. Making sure that things go properly, you keep things balanced and the fluctuation to a minimum extent. It does eventually fall down slowly, and it does hit not the water, but the surface underneath where it floated. There is now one very big gem with primordial writing all over it.
can I pick that up without too much of an issue?
Depends how strong you are.
How heavy is it?
It's honestly not that heavy. It's about 52 pounds.
I can't carry that. Well, actually, I can. Never mind. Well, no.
Yeah, I have a -1 strength. So do you want me to roll for a strength?
I can carry it.
Yeah, let's go for
Or-
it.
Just more of getting it up.
Yeah.
I mean, Dust, do you need some help over there?
Like,
Uh,
you're definitely now encumbered, but you can definitely pick it up. You're just reduced to half speed. You can't carry anything more.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
But it is written in primordial, if you want to read that.
Yeah, I will be reading that quickly.
Looking at it quickly, you can tell that it's written in a more of a up-down kind of way of reading. And it does read as follows. Gem heart continuing to beat. From an ancient death, one continues to scream. Until the echoes die out, nevermore will the gods know this plane. You both, if you tell Nikolai, can roll insight to understand what this means. Or if you already know what it means, then smarter than me.
Oh, wow. I will roll insight just to see if there's anything else, and I would have probably also read this out loud, translated it. So
Okay.
Nikolai, go ahead. Because it's easier when translating to speak out. 17.
Okay, 17 is gonna be enough to do it. Based off of the language that it's written in, and based off of how things are going, this is definitely some type of form that is not just a gemstone, or else it wouldn't be that heavy. It is big, mind you, but it wouldn't be that dense. Based off the writing and the way it's written, it's definitely a haunting message of an ancient death that had died long ago that is being used to continue a spell. A spell that will continue to scream out until the gods know this world or know nothing of this world. Based off of this translation, you can tell that this spell was to continuously happen for as long as is needed. And this potentially is the heart of a primordial, or at least one that died out long ago, and the only thing remaining is an echo. But it has a lot of strength behind it, which is why this is more or less a focus gem that allows the spell to continue on until the spell either runs out, someone turns it off, or it is used for a different purpose.
Dust, do you need help with this thing?
Moving this, yes, this is very powerful item.
Okay. Well,
with
I got you.
With that high insight, would I be able to make out whether or not this is the heart of a scream or an echo?
Based off the writing and how it's written, it's definitely an echo.
Definitely an echo.
Yeah, I hopefully this works. So, well, since Dust can't pick it up, Nikolai's gonna like walk over here and then just like reach his hand out and then just like wave it around and be like, boom, and then I'm gonna cast telekinesis on it.
Yeah, but carry it just fine for the next 10 minutes.
and
Yeah.
then now it's just like floating in the air, and I can just move it around. Swoosh, swoosh.
Be careful with that. That's the heart of an echo. I would like to
Oh,
get that.
okay.
I would
I
like
like
to get
was like I was
purified.
like I lifted it up, and then I was like swooshing it like from like back and forth.
But it's
Yeah,
definitely
I
a
would.
good power source. Go ahead, Des.
I would like to get it purified because they would have corrupted it to some degree.
Mhm.
So
But as you do that, Darko does state, "Oh, excellent. Spell does seem to be going away. Right then." He begins to, well, before he does, he'd likely tell you, "All right then, I'm about to cast a high-level banishing spell. So if there's anyone that doesn't belong in this area, I do suggest you move away from it. The ooze will stick around here, but everything else that's foreign will dissipate and go away." I'm not exactly sure of the corruption or the necrotic damage that will be dealt, so I would suggest getting a priest to bless this area.
Wait, I'm not foreign from this plane, right?
No, you
I mean,
just have like outsider blood.
Oh, okay. I was just I was saying that out loud to Dust because
Oh, sorry.
no,
no,
you should be fine. But we still do not want to get caught up in that spell. So yeah, we'll and at that point I'll probably ask for help from the others, but I will take the
I'm
Crimson
gonna
Mare.
go loot Ophelia and then push her in the goo.
Yeah. I do want her head.
Oh yeah. Her head's gonna yeah. Well, that's a trophy.
Yeah, that's a huge trophy for us.
Okay, you loot Ophelia, and I'm assuming Dust is also there after everyone reconvenes.
Oh no, Dust was doing his. I mean, I don't know if they did the thing with the Crimson Mail first, or
It would've
either
been
or.
essentially- we would be moving her over just kind of out of the way.
Yeah, either
So-
way, Nikolai is probably there first, but I just
Yeah.
wanted to group you all together. But Nikolai, go ahead and roll investigation.
Investigation. Okay.
I'll give you advantage because Ada's probably helping you.
Yeah. Boom. That's horrible.
Nothing on my end yet.
Oh, I got a 13.
Oh, I needed to scroll down. Why did it have it up? Oh well, doesn't matter.
I had the same problem. For some
Oh.
reason.
Who knows? But looking at Ophelia, she has a very sweet, puffy shirt. She does have a very messed up spell book that looks like it might be made out of humanoid leather. Hard to say. There's also a chain necklace with a almost macabre looking imp skull. The two eyes of the imp skull do seem to be jet black jade, which normally jade
Ooh.
isn't jet black. In fact, it's usually green.
A darker green.
Sure. Anyways,
I learned from Dust a little bit.
that's true. Her clothing also looks extremely valuable. Like, just the filigree stuff alone would cost in the gold amount.
I mean,
But the
at this
magical
point-
things that look magical are her overcoat, the necklace, the messed up book, and maybe there's something in the pouch.
she has a pouch.
Yeah, it's like a bag she carries.
Ah.
Very
Dust,
stylish.
Do you want to see this pouch? I tossed Dust the pouch.
Yeah, I'll have a look in the pouch.
Inside is a potion of greater healing, which is interesting. I don't know why I wrote that, but sure. It really should be a spell scroll, but potion of greater healing.
You can also add on a scroll.
Anyways, Besides that, there is also, sure, I'll add on a scroll. A scroll of, let's go with the classic fireball. Now the actual things wrote down. 200 copper to throw at people. 100 platinum because she works that way. Don't know how to spell platinum, so here you go.
That name.
874 gold. Because that is her spending money.
That's
Oops.
8,000 there, bud.
874. Typoed. I
will
don't even
take
know
that
how I
8,000.
typoed that.
I
Well,
will
whatever.
take that 8,000. That'll be a nice increase.
And she doesn't carry silver. Because she carries
Oh.
copper to belittle people. And platinum and gold for herself.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay. Can I look? I want to look at the. I'll
She
have
also
Dust-
has a jet black stone that is 2 inches by 3 inches by 2 inches.
Okay, I'll give.
If you've ever seen a playing card, it's basically that, but roughly half an inch thick.
Okay,
So
so
I'll give Dust that, and then also the chain with the jade things in it, and then I want to look at the book.
Okay, Dust, you were saying though?
So the stone is the playing card dimensions, but it's just half an inch thick.
Yes.
Okay.
Technically, playing card dimensions are 2.5 by 3.5 by semantics.
Yeah, about like that. So
I recently made cards. It's not a point, but I actually knew the dimensions. Anyways, Nikolai, looking at the book, do you just grab onto it and take a look?
Oh no, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell you this specifically. So as I grab the book, I walk over here, I set it on the ground, and I still have telekinesis active. So after
Where are you
I
putting the
set
gem?
the gem is being held by Opal,
Okay.
and no, she's carrying it because
She's sitting down. She's not that strong.
And so now I have telekinesis, so I can manipulate an object,
Mhm.
and I can do fine tunements. So I can have fine control over that object with telekinesis. So
Yeah.
I'm opening the book and turning the page with telekinesis.
You're turning the page, and immediately when you open it, there are like waves of dark energy just overlapping the area. Not enough that it hits you, but if you were touching it and moving with your hands, it'd be problematic. There are some spells in there that could be useful, but primarily the spells that would be useful to you guys is disintegrate, planar travel, and
Oh gosh, I gotta write these down.
disintegrate.
I was paying more attention to the meme.
Planar travel. And the third one I want to make sure is accurate.
Wait, do I have these in the book? I can't use these, right?
They're in the book, and you can definitely learn them, so long as you probably don't touch the book.
So that means I could have to. Oh well, I have a magical invisible hand that I can cast any time of the day without any components, and it just happens.
Yes.
So I could just have my magical hand hold it for me.
Yeah, if you have Mage Hand, it's good to go.
It's mage hand and it's invisible. So I'll constantly have an invisible book floating in front of me.
Well, it's only when you open it and use the book that it has this dark evil.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I just realized that I spelled this incorrectly, so I wanted to make sure it was correct. It wasn't, but now I'm just going to tell you the spell. It's known as Evard's Black Tentacles.
Oh.
4th level conjuration spell.
What does it? I don't feel like that. I mean, it kind of suits Nikolai, but I feel like it suits Dust better because it's a warlock spell.
It's a wizard spell.
What?
She was originally a wizard.
Oh, wow.
So, like, this spell book was essentially her spell book before she lost her powers. And
Yeah.
then she gained them through some means through Glacia.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
There are some spells that, you guys already know, so I'm not going to give you those. And I'm just going to roll for the last spell I'm going to give you. No, I'm going to make you guys roll. Nikolai, roll for me 1d20.
Oh, I thought you were gonna roll 100.
I can make it 100, but I only have 20 to choose from.
Okay. Oh, you made a random list of 20?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool. Let's see how this goes. Boom. 14.
14. There's a spell in there called Firestorm. 7th level evocation. Sorcerer, druid, cleric.
Literally looking at this the other day. I don't know if you can tell I'm a little happy. Okay.
Um,
And
Anyway,
Nicholas
sure.
starts like jumping around a little bit. He's like, "Oh my gosh, that's a cool spell."
it will take you 3 days to learn a spell, by the way. So,
Each spell?
each continuing spell. I'll give you the first one free for a long rest amount of time of learning a spell.
I get to pick one.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Man,
But yeah, you have that information now.
cool. So can I keep this book on my person? I just can't open it. And it like
you don't know.
with my okay. I'll learn.
No, I'm not gonna be that mean. Yeah, once you start actually messing with it, it causes problems.
Okay, so I can keep it on my belt. I just have to use
Not
a
open it.
magic hand to open it. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
But-
And that means so game mechanic wise, sorry, that would be like if I have to use an action, mage hand, grab it, have it, action, open the book, and then I have to spend another action to learn it, or is like I'm learning the spell because after I learn the spell, then I know it.
After you learn the spell, you know it. You're a sorcerer. You don't have to continuously use the book. You just need to
Okay.
use it for 8 hours to learn the spell. And then, you can just do whatever you want with it.
Gotcha. Okay, because I don't want to keep a book that has flesh book. Yeah.
Flesh book, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, I think the first person to get that too would be Himda to take care of it.
Probably. Yeah, I'm going to say Darko casts Identify on and goes, before I go, that is completely heavily cursed. It will not be abided by a standard curse. I do suggest you have someone bury it or
What?
guard it at all times.
Talk about the book?
Yes.
Oh, I've had curses before. No biggie. It's okay.
Concerning, but I don't come from here, so I'm assuming it's
Oh,
a
wait.
normal thing.
So no, you see my arm? Look at my arm. See this? This is not a human arm. This is a tiefling arm. I used to be human.
Still concerning.
Crazy. Crazy,
Not
right?
anything better. Undoubtedly. Still, though, I do come from a place that it's a little bit messed up, but let's not get into semantics. But looks towards Ophelia's body. Is she from here?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, just want to make sure I bring everyone that,
I
is
mean-
supposed to be dead, goes back to
Well,
death.
yes. So she was alive, lost her magic, then came back alive as an undead. Now she's dead again as an undead.
She did not die initially.
She didn't die initially. I thought she was undead.
No.
Oh.
All Awful Dead was take away her powers.
Oh, she wasn't like I thought. Her sword.
She was
Ada,
good as dead in the Kingdom of Mist.
I saw Ada's sword, and it hit her harder when it would glow every time it hit her. Doesn't that mean that she was undead?
Grokta state potentially, or just very evil.
Okay.
He just shouts towards you guys. Do you want me to take her with?
No.
Actually,
Wait.
I think it'd be fine to take her with.
I
just
mean, the
leave
body?
redhead with us.
Just the body. We want the head.
That's fine.
And then, if you want to, you could probably show it to the Raven Queen.
Tell-
Ada probably.
Yeah, the Raven Queen is Ada is her champion, so that might
Oh,
be good.
Congratulations.
To tell her that. Yeah.
Yes, I recently converted to the Raven Queen not too long ago, about 32 years ago.
Nice.
Congrats.
Yeah, we were. She was tasked to get rid of this individual here. So, if you want to take the body and show it to the Raven, give it to the Raven Queen, feel free.
Sure. Oops, I forgot she had the mask underneath her. Nikolai just tosses her over. She skips like a rock.
I could just telekinesis her over.
It's funnier if you just try to toss her and she skips like a rock. You keep the head. And Darko does state, all right then. I have no idea what's going on here, but wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. Do you need anything for your help?
Well, I do need to spend 1,000 gold diamond worth of this, so unless you have a diamond like that, I think I'm good.
Yeah, we do. And Dust will take one out of his bag.
I guess that'll work.
And just toss it to him.
Oh, thanks.
Also, cause, well, I think, okay, I don't know what Nikolai would do at this point. He'd probably walk over. I wouldn't walk over the green. I'd walk around.
I get it.
And then, do you have any good food in where you come from, or?
It's all either stale or bad.
Okay.
Or blood.
I will give you, if you ever come into something that you can have, this might come in handy, and I'm going to hand him the forever fruit pie ration.
Out of game, I was about to state that nothing can heavily grow in that area, but this is magical. That basically bypasses that. I've never had this before. I'll take a look at it.
It changes flavor every day.
Thank you. He does seem legitimately touched by that.
My name's Nikolai, by the way.
Darko. Pleasure
Nice
to
to meet you.
Right then. Thanks for the spell cast amount and for this.
Yes.
Can't wait to have my wife try it. Good luck to you all.
Good luck to you.
He begins to cast a spell, and the diamond begins to shatter as normally it's consumed, and he disappears along with the rest of the undead. The ground underneath you does begin to basically reconnect with each other, but the layer surface of the top stabilizes, no longer bubbling, but the top layer is still there. It won't cause you any harm so long as you're not swimming in it all the time, but the ground could definitely be blessed to help out.
Well, I guess our work here is done.
I would like to look around just to kind of the immediate area and see if we can find that army of Warforged if possible. Not going too deep, we're have to find it, but depending on the scenario, it could help us greatly.
Yeah, in the background, Grog is like, do you mind if I hold on to that? Not really. It's really heavy. Grog now has a stone. And Opal looks towards you guys. Yeah, well, from what I can remember, the actual Kingdom of Isle has the Warforged army. I think they were just getting these souls to rewrite the Warforge.
Okay. So they're not anywhere near here.
You've talked with the general before. Did he mention anything, or can you contact him right now to see if he can tell you?
Mm, I don't have a connection, but maybe Vol does. Do you? Would you happen to have a way to contact him through like the sending stone that I gave you?
Maybe. I can definitely connect with him mentally, if you know, allotted, and he's within the plane of existence that we both come contact with. And then he has to figure out a way to communicate back, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah, no. If anything, if it's in the nearby area, maybe there's something that we can do to activate him to go help with the undead army.
Okay. Grok does state, we're not exactly sure if we got rid of all the souls, but they're not getting any more. And at the very least, they are not going to be able to take control of all the Warforged, so ruin their plans by a good amount.
Yeah. If anything, I actually think that we got to them before they could start bringing out the souls for the Warforge. So
Hopefully. Vol has been trying to contact the general for a while, and looking towards you, she does state, I'm not receiving anything on their end. Maybe they have some sort of protection spell? I'm not sure.
maybe don't worry too much about it. I was just kind of hoping that was a possibility.
Dustin, Nikolai, go ahead and roll Arcana.
Arcana!
First time with a +6.
Oh, come on. I got to stop rolling with advantage.
You know how sending works? Like,
Mine
if
was
the
a
person
9.
is close enough to you, you understand them well enough, they will connect, or they'll be allotted connection. But even if they don't allow it, there is usually a bounce back loop that says, hey, they don't want to connect with you, so you don't get the message through. There are a few ways of just basically blocking sending. One is death. One is not being there, i.e. the plane of existence. And there's like a whole bunch of magical items you can use to block that. If you don't want anyone scrying on you, this is likely the most heavy likely case scenario.
Yeah, no, that's
not the only one.
So it's like, I'm not gonna worry about it too much.
That's fair.
And it's like, it was just more of like, this was a thought of like, oh, I have this golem heart that can be used for the Warforge. Maybe it might be a key to actually activating the Warforge army. So that was where my thought line was going. But if it's just going to be too much of a hassle to actually even find them, if it's in the nearby area, he's not going to delve too deep into it.
Yeah. Grok does state, though, I am part of the military in the area. We could maybe go into town. I can ask whoever's currently in the militia right there, and maybe we can find a base.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can we find a place to go sleep? That would be great.
It's either in town or in the forest.
Let's go into town. I actually believe that some of my family is here. Some of my clan, that is.
Yeah. One of you does wrap up the Crimson Mare, and you begin to head out into town. Or towards town.
Yeah, towards town.
Wait, this is just a scenery map. Oh.
Yes, because I'm not exactly sure what you're going to do, so I did not plan for everything.
Gotta keep you on your toes.
That's no problem. Go ahead.
If you want to call it quits here, so that you can plan a little bit, I think this will be.
I think the only thing I either had to do was just find a place to go, like, stay for the evening, and then I might call send a message to Jillian because I haven't talked to her since like we left.
Oh yeah, no, I gotta send a message to Emily too.
But yeah, getting into town without too much of an issue, it does take a good couple of hours, like an hour or two, but not too terribly out of your way. Entering inside, you can tell that people immediately look towards you as if strangers are coming to a town, but not a friendly way. It's definitely, there's animosity already in town. There could potentially be more with newcomers heading inside. But they're friendly enough that they do greet you. And when you walk past them, you do get a lingering eye until you leave the street that they're walking.
What is the street atmosphere like? Is it feel like you kind of like you start to walk down this main street and people just kind of glance at you, or are they kind of minding their own business?
Most of the time, it's minding their own business, and sometimes you get a glance here and there.
Okay.
It's like a powder cake that's ready to happen, but not just yet.
Is there like little stands and things, or just people kind of like not, or are they just kind of walking to their location?
There are stands, but not as many as a street could carry most of the time.
Okay. So minor stands, kind of. Yeah.
Enough to keep the city going, but not enough to really do a full-on shopping spree.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Grok does state, all right then, place to find first, or maybe check out the militia before anything else.
Nikolai sneaks off to go down to the main plaza.
Yeah, you go down the main plaza sneaking out, and you can tell that a good amount of the area is closed down. Like, there are stalls there, but they are not open. Some people are like looking at you wildly eyes. The main stalls that are open are mainly food, clothing, and fish markets.
Okay, let's. Oh crap! Dust, do what you're gonna do before I go make a fool of myself.
I think we should get a place first. That way, we at least have that secured. But let me see. Like during this entire time of coming in, Dust will be looking for somebody that he could potentially recognize from this clan.
Go ahead and roll history.
I'm going to use one of my points of luck to reroll that. Come on.
Not much better. There are definitely people here from your tribe. You just don't know everyone. No, this is funnier. It's just funnier what I'm going to do. You're looking for someone that might understand or who you are or like where you're coming from or like to talk with them, to communicate with them. They are not this big. They just transfer really big. Oh, wait. Thankfully enough, it's a wrong layer. So I can resize them.
Ooh, good. Oh.
While you're looking around, some jackal-like woman does head over towards your direction. And while Nikolai's away...
I was gonna... Can I grab Whisper if she was able to...
Yeah, sure.
Not be bothered? Okay, cool. 'Cause I needed a backup just in case, so somebody could have eyes while I was doing something.
Yeah, for sure. This jackal woman heads over towards you, Dust. Oh, Dust, it's been a while. How have you been? Dust, you've never seen this woman in your life, potentially. She doesn't seem familiar. She knows you.
Yeah. It's been a number of years since I've met anyone in the clan, and I was very young, so forgive me, I don't remember who you are.
Immediately upset, but that kind of familiar accept of, yeah, it's been a couple of years, but we were very close kind of thing. But she eventually gets over it.
9! I was 9 when that happened.
Still old enough to remember faces. But you know as Ferna. She's a nice, kind, polite woman. She is not a traveling tradesman. She's technically a bard that did performances and things of that nature. Hasn't recently come here, but she has been here of recent years, more or less 3 or 4 years ago. But she does state, well, glad you're doing okay. I would ask how the family's doing, but I'm oh so sure they forgot me. I mean, all I did was raise you for the last early stages of your development, but you know, people forget who you are.
My mother would definitely remember you.
Your mom for sure would.
Yes. So they're doing good. Sorry, I gotta look and see my sister's name. My mother and father, they're doing very well. They and my family, they live in Yupta. Aurora, she's doing well. She's actually becoming a highly skilled craftsman like myself. I've actually become a very skilled craftsman in the time. But in the raid, Sparkle was taken, so we haven't been able to get her back yet.
I understand. Things have been tough. But what brings you to town?
A number of things. Maybe not necessarily best set out in the open, though.
Oh yes, things have been a little hectic as of recently. Do you have a place to stay?
No, we were just actually about to look for a place. I did know that a number of individuals from the clan came here after the raid, and so I was going to come and see them, maybe potentially reforming gathering the clan again.
Oh, I'm sure many of them would be happy to hear that. And others, well, they've already made a life for themselves elsewhere, but it never hurts to have the offer.
Yes, like just a wishful dream for myself personally. I haven't really. In fact, actually, this is one of the first times I've actually voiced it.
Well, you don't have a place to stay. There is an inn called the Hay and Haw that I'm currently performing in. I'm sure we can get a lovely discount for you and your friends. Is this everyone that you're traveling with?
There's two more.
Oh.
We do have a companion though that we would like to bury here soon.
Oh, we must attend to that first. Well, an assortment of you can travel with me to the Hay and Haw, and the others, she gives you directions to where the cemetery is, and I'll meet you there in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
I think I would go with Ferna. Ferna to get our lodging.
Yeah. Likely you, Vol, and Fauna will likely go to the Hay and Haw, which is just the inn. And Grok will likely take care of the body, heading towards the cemetery, and Oppo and Ada will likely join him. Dust, you are handed back the jewel that Grok was carrying. You are now encumbered again. And then you probably ask Vol or Fauna if any of them can carry it. Vol picks it up, puts it down. She has a strength of 0. Fauna has a strength of 3, so she can easily carry it.
Yeah.
She's just very short. That being the case, though, you are heading towards the Hay and Haw. Rock is heading towards the cemetery. Nikolai, what are you doing in the middle of the streets?
Okay, so this is a little step process here. So hold on. Okay. 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 I'm gonna try to get my end game here so I can get this right. Ooh, yes. Okay. Cool. Um. Okay. So as I'm walking, Whisper's behind me. I'm telling Whisper. It seems like there's a lot of insight going on with all of the clans that are built up here in this town. I'm going to make a better word for anything, scene. And if anybody has an eye, they would probably be out for somebody trying to make a fool of themselves. So as I'm saying this, I'm also using a disguise kit. And I'm changing myself to look like not Nikolai, more like a jester or somebody that would have like face paint, and then probably more of an older man, probably in his 60s or something, and
Yeah.
has done like circus stuff before.
Go ahead and roll your disguise kit. I believe that is charisma based for you.
I don't know what that does. I'll just click on it and see what it does. Charisma, submit. Oh, there we go.
Okay, you easily disguise yourself as someone that would do this kind of thing.
Cool. And then I'm telling Whisper, basically, once I grab a lot of people's attention, keep an eye out for somebody that might not want this thing to be happening, or at least people to have, I don't know, performances going on, and anybody that seems off. I guess you know how to do your thing. I'll be the distraction.
Fair
And
enough.
I don't know.
You sure you don't want to go to the funeral Dust is likely having right now?
Oh no, I'll be there. Don't worry.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out. Don't know if this is the best idea, but I'm not going to stop you.
That's okay. So okay. So after I do that, I go into the main square, and my first move, I walk into the square as this like elderly, like not elderly, but like kind of in his middle age, kind of like maybe like older man that has like some like flowy gowns and like some nice like bright thing, and bright like bandolier or some kind of like I don't know, like a stage wand. I think I grabbed a wand. I can make a wand out of like my scepter. Oh, I have a scepter, so my scepter is gold.
Mhm.
So yeah, it fits. And then so for my intro, I would like to cast the gust spell. And that I did it twice. But I'm gonna do it with, of course, subtly, so that it seems like some kind of weird wind just started to pick up, and it's gonna be like gusting a lot of things up in the air. And then as that happens, Nikolai's gonna say, "Hello, my wonderful people of this fine city. I've come from far-off lands to see the magnificent things that it have to offer. I'm here to make a spectacle of all the things that are happening in town and show you all the magical things that I'm able to do."
You hear a few people like muttering to themselves and looking towards you. Your passive perception isn't strong enough. Unfortunately, you don't have Ada with you to
Yeah.
hear them, but you can tell some of them are being mean. Some of them are like looking at you suspiciously, and some are like interested. One of them that looks interested looks towards you. Yeah, what do you have to offer?
Well, there's many things. Don't everybody in the back come closer. This is a very friendly show, and it's very exciting, full of wonder, awe, and fire. And then as soon as I say fire, like a fire like starts to like burst above. I pull out a sword, and then my sword starts to be aflame. By doing that, I have the extendo sword.
Yeah.
I do that, and I use control flames on it. As I'm doing it subtly, so I don't have to cast it. I keep
get
on
it.
pressing things multiple times.
I don't know. Roll 20 is being funny right now, but whatever.
My sword is on fire, and then I'm like weaving the sword around, like kind of like somebody would like not like do it like as a martial arts maneuver, but more like to show off, kind of like,
Yeah.
ooh, look at this sword.
Go ahead and roll
Yeah.
performance.
Okay.
I'll give you advantage.
Oh wow. Performance.
Nice.
26.
You begin to perform a little bit here and there, and you do see some people being like drawn towards you, but you also see some other people like looking towards the other groups to see if like they're gonna head towards this direction. As soon as like two of them step towards you, because you rolled performance quite well, they are heading towards you. They immediately stop and they look towards each other, basically fighting. You hear topics on, "Hey, where are you going? Can I see this show? What's your problem? What? You think you're good enough to see this show?" And then the other guy's like, "Look, right now, we're all good. If you want to start something, something's going to get started." And like people are causing commotion because you're basically drawing two groups of people that don't like each other towards the same direction.
Okay, interesting. And then can I notice that?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Everyone, this is not a place of bickering and fighting. This is a place of excitement and wonder. And everyone, just enjoy the show. And as I'm doing that, I'm twirling a flaming sword in the air, trying to and then I'm catching it. And then I pull out a bottle of liquor that I'm able to have, and I start doing the thing with like the fire blowing thing where you breathe fire out and it like turns the thing. And then I have this is probably, I don't know how many things I can do here, but actually before I start doing the liquor bottle thing, I want to do you remember way back when I had a drink that would cause like weird effects to happen, like it was
Yes.
the magic drink? I have one more swig of that. I'm gonna drink that.
Okay.
So that's a special Arcana effect magic thing.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for me a d8. Man, it's been a while.
I know, right? That was the last one. An 8.
Huh. That is interesting. As you say all this perform, immediately there is a cascading of flowers behind you. You now have actively a spell of gust that lasts up to 10 minutes that you can just flourish and do whatever you want with.
Okay.
It's very fitting, I guess.
And so basically I'm creating, you said there's flowers?
Yes.
So I'm gonna do, this is actually pretty cool. And so I'm basically grabbing all the attention, making sure there's nobody that's trying to like start a fight, trying to make sure like this isn't a show. And then I pull out another sword and I start twirling the swords around, and then throwing them up in the air, and then doing fire. And then now that I have this gust ability, I'm just gonna make more of a show and twirl the fire around, and then it's starting to. As I'm getting to the end of the show, the fire's going to start to twirl, and then it's going to envelop me. And then as I do that, I don't know how long, this probably would go on for like 5 or 10 minutes or something.
You go for a bit, yeah.
And then I would say, "Well, you've been wonderful, folks, but I must bid you adieu." And then the fire flows up in the air, and then to leave, I would cast Misty Step and Misty Step away.
Yeah, you cast Misty Step away. Go ahead and roll not performance, perception advantage. I liked everything you did. To see if there's anything that picks up while you're gone.
17.
Nice. You can tell that people are heavily impressed. There are some people that threw copper and silver towards you, Whisper's clearly picking it up. Probably not going to tell you about the money. Heading towards your direction, well, where you guys came from, assuming you went that way. However, when you look towards this direction, the groups that you mainly were focusing on were the hunters that were fighting with the other people. There was a third group that likely doesn't belong to either one that are also happy. But soon enough, there are people garbed in white heading towards this direction. There isn't a mass amount of them. There's like 2 or 3, maybe top 5, if you consider them all in the same group. And slowly enough, they do split apart and converge with other people, talking with them. And immediately, the hostility was gone when you were performing. But the hostility, like, moves away as these white garbed individuals like move the groups away from each other, talking with a distinctive tone that it is not with you. You don't know, but you can tell that these people garbed in white have a lot of control with these groups. They politely talk with each other and eventually excuse themselves, regrouping back with the total 5 of them, and they begin to walk down the paths once more, split apart into groups of 2 and 3, going into town, wherever they're going. That is good information. You just don't really know what to work with that right now. But you've definitely done something. Dust is definitely getting a place for you guys. And, well, we'll likely be starting with a funeral next week, which is a little macabre, but, you know, it's a fitting end to a start.
Yeah.
But what happens next time? Go ahead.
I didn't mean to steal the show there, Dust.
Dust, if you're speaking, you're muted. But with any luck, we will see what happens next time. And honestly, you haven't gotten to the point where it might